So namaste, yogis. Welcome to Yoga for Stress Relief. So tonight's practice, I'd love us to be able to do a nice heart opener. So if you don't have a bolster available, you can always prop up a couple pillows or roll up a blanket. So if you need to go get any props while I read our waiver, you have some time to, as long as you're listening. So in order to make these classes as freely accessible as possible to our participants, we will be using a verbal warning and assumption of risk at the beginning of each class. Participation in this online class is voluntary. Physical activity programs may result in injury, and by participating, you assume the risk of injury that may result from your participation. We strongly recommend that you participate from a space that is suitable for this activity. For example, make sure that you have moved nearby furniture and other potential hazards. If you are participating in a yoga class or a class that involves laying on the ground, we recommend using a mat, or if you don't have one, a carpeted area. Participants are encouraged to stop if they experience pain or injury and should seek appropriate medical advice or care as needed. William & Mary Health and Wellness strongly recommends that each participant have an annual physical exam and follow the advice of their healthcare provider before participating. So taking the time right now to find a comfortable seated position. Whether that be Sukhasana, easy pose, Virasana, hero's pose, Dandasana, staff pose. Just taking a moment to just settle in. And then drawing awareness to that energetic space of the mind. Letting yourself start to bring yourself into this present moment. Noticing what's going on in the mind space, but having no attachment to it. Just be the observer. Then draw your awareness to the physical body. Start aligning things up, so shoulders over hips, start to engage the core slightly. Feel the spine lifting, bring the chin to neutral, draw the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Relax the shoulders. Start to notice what's going on in the physical body. Noticing sensations and vibrations, but also make sure you notice the spaces that just feel really good. We have this tendency to notice the spaces that are speaking to us the most, but let's take time to notice the spaces that are feeling wonderful. And then once you have a good idea what's going on in the body, start to draw your awareness to your breath and just notice, where is your breath at this point in the day? Notice the depth and length of inhales and exhales. Notice the texture, any qualities that you might want to give to the breath today. And And then as you're ready, just start to draw some more awareness into the breath. Maybe taking a few deep inhales, long exhales. Just noticing how expanding the breath feels within the body. And then just settle into a place that just feels right for you. There's no right or wrong to this. Taking a moment to just notice the breath. And then tonight I'd love to do a breath practice that is incredibly soothing to the body. But tonight I want to do it to draw awareness to the vibration that it brings to the body. So a bee's breath. I will demonstrate our bee's breath, and we're going to move into it for 3 rounds. You're always welcome, if this is in your practice, to just step right into it. You're also welcome, if the bee's breath doesn't necessarily speak right to you, to just hum. So we're going to close off our hearing and sight to focus on the vibration. So I'm going to take my thumbs and just close my ears, and my 4 fingers are going to just cover my eyes. You're welcome to watch this first round, just feeling the vibration, and then when you're ready, joining in. We'll take a nice deep inhale, and then just hum like a bee. Inhaling for your next round. As you're ready, stepping right into it, noticing the vibrations. Moving into your next round, whenever you're ready, taking a deep inhale. Moving into your final round as you're ready. And then once you've completed that round, allowing yourself just to release the palms down to the body. If you're sitting in Sukhasana, you're just going to reverse the legs as you just inhale and exhale through both nostrils, noticing the vibrations. Come back into that beautiful breath that you created at the beginning of practice. And if your practice includes a Ujjayi breath, you're welcome to add it here. And we're going to start with a soft whisper Ujjayi, just audible only to you. Not bringing a lot of heat to the body, allowing ourselves just a little bit of time. Then as you're ready, we're going to transition into a heart opener to start. So if you have pillows, you're welcome to place them along the mat. If you're going to use the blanket, placing it long on the mat. And then as you're ready, just reclining down onto your props, letting your props move along the spine, Taking a moment as the head comes down to just bring the head to neutral. So the crown of the head is reaching towards the top of the mat. You have still that beautiful natural curve. Your chin is neutral. Make adjustments with the pelvis as needed. And then making the decision where the legs will go, whether they go long, feet can be on the floor. You can come into a butterfly here also, if that feels right for you. And then making the conscious decision with the arms as we let the heart open. So maybe bringing the arms out to an A to start. Palms facing up towards the ceiling. And as the chest begins to open up, maybe out to a T or to a cactus arms. As we settle into this heart opener, Yin style here, we're going to be here for a little bit. Enjoying the space that you're in, keeping full awareness of the breath. As the body begins to open up, making minor adjustments as needed. Letting yourself explore as needed. As the spine begins to lengthen, maybe gently lifting the head up, placing it back down as gently as you can. If you need to make some adjustments in the pelvis, just let that happen also. Starting to notice as the front side of the body opens. If the legs are long, maybe the toes want to reach out towards the edges of the mat as you get a little more external rotation in those hips. See if you can, on your next breath cycle, just find a space within the body that needs some softening. See if on your exhale you can find that space. Then as we prepare to move here, as mindfully as you can, you're going to roll to your right side, releasing the prop and making your way back up to seated. From here, taking a few breath cycles, just notice where you're at. If it's available to have the palms facing up towards the ceiling, just allow that to happen. Maybe noticing the energy within the palms. And then drawing awareness into your chin, making sure the chin is neutral. And then keeping the chin neutral, just start to take the gaze over towards the right shoulder. Pause. Come back to center, keeping the chin neutral. Take the gaze over the left shoulder. pause, come back to center, and then move towards the right shoulder one more time, chin neutral. As you move into the pause here, if it feels right to start to tuck the chin, getting a little bit different lengthening in the neck. Find that spot for you, pause. If you tuck the chin on an inhale, bringing it back up to that neutral, and then coming back to center. Moving to the left side when you're ready, either staying in the pause here or tucking the chin. Finding the spot where you start to feel that stretch, that opening. Take a few breath cycles here. And then on an inhale, bringing that chin back up if you tucked it. Come back to center. From here, start to take the gaze up towards the ceiling. Think about lengthening the back side of the neck and the front side of the neck equally here. Relax the shoulders back and down. And then start to bring the chin back to neutral. And then if it feels right to tuck the chin. Keep the back nice and long, core engaged. Finding that space for you where you start to feel the opening and just pause, breathing through. Inhale back to center. And now we're going to turn the palms down towards the floor, resting on the body. From here, you're going to make your way over to the right side one more time. Maybe tucking the chin. Inhale back to neutral. This time we're going to sweep right across to the left side. Exhale, maybe tuck the chin. Inhale back up to neutral. We're coming back to center. This time we're going to tuck the chin first, lengthen the spine, lengthen the back, engage the core. Inhale, moving nice and slow, lift the chin, let it come past neutral, lift the gaze. Exhale, come back to neutral. Just roll the shoulders out here, forwards, backwards. And then from your seated position, you're going to transition to a tabletop. So rolling to the side, bringing the palms underneath the shoulders, spread the fingers nice and wide. Bring the knees underneath the hips. And let's do a little wrist releasing here. We're all spending a lot more time on our computers, so let's just flip the palms so that the fingers are pointing towards the center of the mat and pointing towards each other. And then spread the fingers really wide. Push the back of the hand into the mat. Maybe rock side to side on the wrists. Maybe if it feels right, just draw some little circles with the wrists. If you went one way, make sure you go the other, drawing circles. Come back to center and then bring the hands down to the mat, flipping the palms. Take a moment here to get a nice external rotation in those shoulders. Shine that heart forward. Gaze down at the mat. Press the tops of your feet into the floor. Feel that core lift and engage, and as the spine maybe gets longer, allow yourself to lengthen the body. Moving into cow, taking the gaze up towards the top of the mat. Let that navel lower down towards the mat. Come back to neutral. And then start tucking the chin. Draw the chin towards the collarbone, rounding the back. Moving through some cat and cow here. And then some cow and cat. After a couple rounds, just start to add in any organic movement that feels right. Maybe rocking the hips side to side. Maybe drawing some big circles with the hips. Or maybe just some little circles with the hips. Maybe it feels right to rock back and forth or come into some cow and cat bows where we lower the forearms down to the mat. Allowing yourself just a few more rounds here. And then making your way back to tabletop. From here, you're going to draw the big toes together as you sink your hips back towards your heels. We're going to come into a child's pose, Yin style. So if you'd like to rest your third eye on a pillow or your blanket, you're welcome to do so. Make sure whatever you're resting on, if you're not on the mat, is soft. Make sure you're lengthening the spine, keeping that chin neutral. And allow yourself to draw the hands along the side of the body. Send the breath deep into the lungs. Notice the rib cage expanding. See if you can't from here, notice the shoulder blades moving out to the sides. See if you can just relax the shoulder blades down the back a little bit more. As the spine starts to lengthen and you feel as though you're settling in, remembering in this stillness, we're opening up the connective tissue, but that does mean as the body opens, you may need to make some minor adjustments. So if you need to lift your third eye up and lengthen the spine, go ahead. If it feels like if you're using a prop and now the prop is no longer needed, go ahead and move it aside. Coming into this stillness, noticing. As you're past the halfway mark here, allowing yourself the time to, on an exhale, find some space in the body that you can relax just a little bit more. And as we begin to make our way out of this posture, we're going to do it as mindfully as we can. So first we're going to draw awareness to the hands. We're going to bring them underneath the shoulder pads. We're going to take this opportunity to spread the fingers nice and wide. Feeling those finger pads gripping into the mat. Get a nice external rotation of the shoulders. As you hug the elbows into the side, start to draw yourself up. Walking the hands out, make your way into tabletop again. From here, maybe extending the legs long as you let the blood rush through the knees and the feet. Listen to which side wants to go first. Let that happen. And then finding stillness here in your tabletop. You're going to tuck your toes here. You're going to make sure that all 10 toes are touching the mat. You're going to engage that core. You're going to lift your hips, and you will find your first downward dog. Taking time here to just walk your dog. Come up high on the toes. Bend the knees. Push the chest back. Keep that core engaged. And then draw awareness into the hands. Spread those fingers nice and wide again. Grab the mat with those finger pads. Finding stillness. If you're ready to sink the heels down towards the mat, go there. And then just gently shake the head yes and no, releasing any tension. 2 breath cycles here. And then as slowly as you can, you're going to start to float the knees forward, bringing the knees back to the mat, gently placing the shins on the mat. Tops of the feet come back to the mat. You're going to take a cow and a cat. Making your way back to tabletop. If it feels right to flip the palms, releasing the wrists, go ahead and go there. Take the opportunity to spread the fingers wide here. And then make your way back to tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, find downward dog. Doing whatever movement you need to find this space. Draw awareness into all 10 fingers. Make sure that they are touching the mat, gripping the mat. And then mindfully walk the hands back to the feet. Holding on to opposite elbows here, bending the knees as much as you need to bring the abs onto the quads. Maybe rocking side to side. Maybe shaking the head yes. Maybe shaking the head no. Find stillness here, releasing the hands down to the mat. Trace the fingers up to the shins. Find that tabletop back. If you're ready to start lengthening the legs, go there. Exhale, release. And then drawing hands to heart center here. You're going to press the feet into the mat. Knees are bent. Engage the core. Come on up to standing. Releasing the hands, setting up your mountain pose. Just taking a moment here to ground into the floor. Feel your strength. Feel your stability. And then on an inhale, you're going to reach the arms up and overhead. You're going to take the gaze up towards the ceiling. Draw the shoulder blades back and down. Bring the palms together. Let them float through to heart center. Samastiti. Inhale. Exhale. And then drawing awareness to your hip creases. That space where the femur comes into the hip. You're going to start to bend the knees. Nice long back. That bend is coming from that hip crease. As slowly as you can, you are forward folding. Bringing the abs and then the chest down to the quads. Releasing the hands as it feels right to do that. Shake the head yes and no here. Maybe you want to come back to holding on to opposite elbows again, but maybe you're ready to put the hands on the back side of the legs, holding on to opposite elbows. Begin to lengthen the legs. Start reaching the crown of the head towards the mat. Where is your breath? Keep breathing. So wherever the hands are at now, you're going to release them. Bring them down to the floor. You're going to trace the hands up the shins. You're going to find that tabletop back again. We're just going to refine it a little bit more here. You're going to hug the elbows in. You're going to shift the weight into the toes so that the hips start to line up with the heels. Core is engaged. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, release. Bringing both hands to the mat. You're going to walk the hands out mindfully. And you are going to find your most perfect down dog. So do what you need to find that space. Maybe noticing the shifts and changes in your dog from the first time you came here. Breathe. Draw your awareness into those shoulder blades. Can you draw them down your back just a little bit more? Engage that core just a little bit more. Lift the hips a little higher. And then on an exhale, as mindfully as you can, starting to bend the knees. Bring those shins parallel to the mat. And then mindfully placing knees, shins, tops of feet on the mat. Take a cow and a cat. Maybe a second round if your body is calling for that. And then drawing the big toes together. You're going to find the child's pose now of your choice. If it feels right to have the arms out in front, a little bit more active, you can go there. If it feels right to be with the arms along the side of the body, go there. Just checking in. Where is your breath? Where is your mind space? Are you still in that present moment? Noticing the changes that are occurring within the body. Then, as you're ready, we're going to make our way up to tabletop. We're going to swing the legs to either the right or the left, or you're also welcome to cross at the ankles so you can come down onto your sits bones. From here, we're going to keep The feet on the floor, the knees are bent, sits bones are on the floor. We're just gonna take the hands and we're gonna hug them underneath the legs. Lengthen the body a little bit. Let the abs and chest rest on the quads. Taking a couple breath cycles here. If it feels right to round the back, tucking the chin, go ahead and go there. See if you can start to hold on to opposite elbows and see if you can draw your awareness to the back side of the body. Maybe separating the space between the shoulders just a little bit more, getting a nice stretch in that upper back. Let the breath be the guide here. On the exhale, see where you can soften and come deeper. On an inhale, you're going to draw the chin away from the collarbone or chest. You're going to lengthen the spine. Releasing the hands, you're going to lengthen the legs. We're going to recline down onto the mat here, and I'm going to let you do this at your pace. Just articulate the spine as you come down. Hands could be at heart center, they could be along the side of the body, wherever it feels right for you. Then from here, we're going to bring the feet to the floor, knees facing up. Draw the pelvis to neutral and bring the hands along the side of the body. Palms are facing down. Get that nice external rotation of the shoulder blades so that they're resting on the mat also. And then let the whole hand rest on the mat. Inhaling, we're going to move into some dynamic bridges. You're going to lift the hips up at the top of the exhale. You're going to lower the hips down. Each time maybe expanding a little bit more. Make this dynamic movement. Stay with the breath, what feels right. Let the breath guide. Keeping the movement. And your next round, if it feels right to come into a full bridge, holding the pose, you're welcome to do that. Tucking shoulders underneath, clasping the hands. Exhale and releasing the hands, releasing the spine down, hug the knees into the chest. Rock side to side. And then as you're rocking side to side, if it feels right to start to expand and go a little bit deeper, go ahead and go there. Using your core strength here. Then making your way back to stillness, we're going to bring the feet to the floor. We're going to heel toe the feet out just slightly so the knees come together. You're going to bring your arms out to a T. You're going to float the knees over towards the right side of your mat, keeping the feet wide, gaze up at the ceiling. Let the body settle. And then if it feels right to take the gaze over the opposite shoulder here, go ahead and go there. Inhale, come on back up to center with the gaze. And then inhale, the knees back up. You're keeping the feet wide, knees are tented, giving the spine a moment to settle, check in, and then when it feels right, you're going over towards the left side with the knees. Taking a couple breaths to just settle in here. And then if it feels right to take the gaze over that right shoulder going there. Mindful, conscious movement. Listen to what the body's telling you at any point. If it's telling you, nope, I don't like this, just come back to where we started. Then on an inhale, bring the gaze back up to center. Pausing on your next inhale, bring the knees back up to center. Heel toe the feet in. Let the arms come along the side of the body. And then allow yourself to extend the legs long or find the shape that's right for you. We're going to come into a little deep relaxation here, so allow yourself to just soften continually on the mat. Using any props that you need to find comfort. And then begin to draw your awareness down towards your feet. Maybe spread the toes wide and curl the toes in. And then just on an exhale, let the feet go. Coming into deep relaxation. Drawing your awareness into your calves. Tensing the calves maybe slightly and then releasing them, letting them relax down onto the mat. Then drawing your awareness into your quads, your hamstrings. Drawing some tension maybe into those muscles, and then on an exhale, letting them go. Noticing from the legs down, the deep relaxation that has settled in, maybe a little more softening onto the mat. Then draw your awareness into your glutes. Just send the message there. Just relax. The mat, the floor, it's got you. No need to work. Then start to draw your awareness now into your torso. Notice your abs, your low back. Maybe just tensing that transverse abdominis a little bit, and then just relax it, let it go. Draw your awareness up into your rib cage, your middle and upper chest. See if on an exhale you can just soften everything down onto the mat, just a little bit more. Then drawing the awareness into the shoulder blades, let them just soften and relax. Moving into the hands, take each hand and make a nice fist. As you make that fist, draw tension not only into the hands, draw it into the lower arm, Draw it into the upper arm, the bicep, the triceps. Exhale, just open up that fist. Release the hands down onto the mat. Let the hands just relax. Let the forearms relax. Let the upper arm relax. Then draw the awareness into the space of your shoulders, across the tops of your shoulders into your neck. Take several exhales here. See if you can soften that space. Then draw your awareness up to your forehead. See if on an exhale, you can imagine the forehead just smoothing out, taking away any tension. See if you can relax the space between the eyebrows. Moving down and through the face, maybe even imagining the breath as a waterfall. Releasing and relaxing. Draw awareness particularly into the jaw. Allow yourself to open and close the mouth. Just a few times, releasing any tension. Then once the tension is released, just allow the lips to soften, maybe a pursed lips. Then moving awareness into the mouth. Notice where the chin and the mouth. Then drawing the awareness deeper into the mouth, let yourself notice your tongue. See if you can just wiggle the tongue around. If it feels tense in there, allow yourself to maybe just open up the mouth, sticking the tongue out wide. And then draw the tongue back into the mouth. Soft lips, relaxed chin and jaw. Let the tongue just float in the mouth, not touching the top or the bottom, the teeth, just floating in relaxation. As we move into the silence of Shavasana, taking the time here to just notice the deep, deep relaxation of the physical body. Allow yourself to be the observer. Noting and noticing how this feels so that we may recall it when we need it. And then just settling and knowing all your hard work is done. Knowing the only thing left to do here now in practice is to just be. You hear the sound of the singing bowl. Just letting the vibration of the sound roll across you. Letting yourself follow the sound until the sound is gone. And then starting to notice the breath again. Notice that natural rhythm of breath. And as you are ready to start to make your way out of practice, allow yourself this beautiful luxury of taking your time. Building the breath. Noticing the breath's connection to the physical body. And as the body calls for movement, just allowing that movement to happen naturally with the breath. Whether it be a wiggle of fingers or toes, it might be a gentle rock of the head. It may be a shrug of shoulders. Letting yourself build the breath and the movement as it works for you. When you're ready to add in more movement, just let it happen. And when and if you're ready for a full body stretch, allow yourself on deep inhales, long exhales to find that additional movement. Feeling into the benefits of your practice. And then as you are ready, let yourself roll to your right side. Let that right arm be a cradle or a pillow for your head. Taking a moment here in this space of new beginnings. Then, as you're ready to spread the fingers in the left hand nice and wide. Let that left hand float down to the floor. And as it feels right to put a little weight into that hand, come on up to a comfortable seated position. If you're comfortable with meeting me with hands at heart center, I welcome you to do so. I thank you all for the privilege of guiding you through this practice. I hope the benefits of practice follow you into the rest of your week. May you all be happy. May you be safe. May you walk this earth always in loving kindness, at peace, always at ease and in good health. From my heart to all of your hearts. Namaste, yogis. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you all. Have an amazing evening. I look forward to seeing you all soon.